everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about some of the weirdest houses in the world because I feel like it basically. So to start with, I want to start with the Hobbit House in Wales. So this house is absolutely amazing. It's a really cozy wooden house which is set into a Welsh hillside, and it was the dream of Simon Dale. So Dale spent 4 months, just 4 months, building this house with the help of his father-in-law, various passers-by, friends, and he moved in with his family later that year, or after 4 months. And amazingly, he wasn't a carpenter, he wasn't a builder, he just said that he had to go and it went well. And he said that anyone can do it if they try hard enough. Since then, he's moved out of it. He's built some other houses. He's currently building another house and he's asking for help with that. So it sounds really interesting, the projects that he's working on, and you can definitely go and follow his website. The link, it will be in the description so you can see what he's doing at the moment. So if you don't fancy building your own Hobbit house, don't worry. Holiday Wales has several other Hobbit houses which they rent out for holidays, and you can definitely go and stay in those. And yeah, just be a Bilbo Baggins, why not? So this next house is one that I think a lot of people have heard about. It's the iconic Flintstone House in Hillsborough, California. So this house was built in 1975 as part of an experiment which looked at new building materials, and it was originally a sort of an off-white colour, but now of course it's purple and orange and looks slightly grim, but we'll get over that. So in order to get the famous dome shape, the architect actually decided to get big weather balloons and put steel cages over them and then spray shawcrete on them. So kind of like when you're a kid and you get a balloon and you paper mache under it and then you pop the balloon and you've got like a nice little bowl shape. That's what he did, but for the buildings themselves, so massive scale. And basically the house, because it was an experimental house, it became really seriously deteriorated, and water from the hills sort of caused large cracks in the floors and the walls, and in 1987 it had to be completely restored. And then in 2000, of course, painted orange, new owners, turned it into like the Flintstone House. They've got massive steel dinosaurs outside, and basically it's just a really cool house, but it's also pretty ugly, to be honest. I probably wouldn't want to live there, but if you're inside it, you can't see the outside, so maybe that's not a bad thing. Okay, next up is House NA in Tokyo. So most of us view our homes as places of security and somewhere where we can truly relax without the outside world looking in. But this house pushes the boundaries of that, basically. Every wall is glass, everyone can see in, you can see out, which is nice, but everyone can see in at you. And that's not something I think a lot of people would be comfortable with. So whilst it's beautiful with all the light streaming in, there's no solid walls, there's floors on different levels, so you can see literally straight through. But I don't imagine it would be very comfortable or very secure, to be honest, because if it's nighttime, everyone can see what you're doing. And I think the current owners probably had the same problem. They installed a couple of blinds. Amazingly, they didn't even put them on every window. It's just they put them in the toilet and the bathroom, I think. Well, bathroom and bedroom probably. But how you go to the toilet before that, no clue at all. Okay, next up is the giant seashell house in Mexico. So this house is incredibly beautiful to look at, and it was inspired by the work of Gaudi. So Nautilus House was built using the same method as the Flintstone House, with the big balloons and the paper mache kind of concrete, which means that it has really beautiful curves. It has chambers inside, which allows the light to sort of bend through the coloured glass they've got. And while the current owners admit that there's not a lot of storage in it, it's so beautiful and colourful that it's hard not to love. But if you want to stay in a seashell house, but you don't want to build your own, then Airbnb has a seashell house up for rent in Mexico, so you can see what it would be like to live in one. It's not exactly the same, but it's still a seashell and you can still live in it, so why not? Okay, so the world's narrowest house was built in 2012 in Warsaw, Poland. So at its widest point, it's just 5 foot wide, and it goes down to about 3.9 feet. So that's really small. and it's enough to make anyone feel claustrophobic, to be honest. And it comprises of 2 floors, and it has a bedroom, kitchen, bathroom and a living area, as well as 2 windows, but the windows don't open apparently. But it's so small that apparently it can only hold a 2 beverage fridge. And the stairs used for when you enter retract and form the living room floor when they're closed. So we're talking about seriously small space. Apparently it doesn't meet building regulations, so it's deemed a work of art, although someone does live in it, which it seems a bit weird. But if he's happy, you know, that's all that matters. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, it really helps me, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.